Hey everybody, welcome to the live Monday night webcast of Forge Narrative. My name is Paul Murphy. I'm joined tonight by Justin Troop. We might have Josh join us again. Depends on how he's got an old computer. The dude has a gateway, like an original gateway, like one of the first laptops ever made. Sometimes the internet is hard for him, and I'd like to apologize on his behalf. I hope he makes it in. I've now invited him 3 times. So.
Step your game up, homie. That's all I'm saying.
Well, look, if this is the only thing it can't do, I understand why he hasn't replaced it. But hey, I'm willing to bet there's some other things that thing just can't do.
Yeah, like Minesweeper bogs it down.
Yeah, guys, I apologize. I feel like I've had like the sniffles for, I don't know, a month or so, but like the weather just keeps changing. It's 75 degrees a day, raining. Yesterday it was in the 60s, almost about to rain. Oh, yeah. Oh, I apologize so much.
You definitely are rocking Nurgle's rot pretty
well,
long right now.
it's just the way it is, man. But, there's a lot to be excited about. We talked about, some really cool things on the last podcast. We're going to talk about some neat things this week. I have an article right now that I'm about to put to be somewhere in the rotation on Bowls about how to use these Battle for Calth box sets. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you, or I'm suggesting with 2 boxes that you can get from a retailer. Maybe it's on discount. Maybe you can't. Maybe dicehead.com sells them at a discount if you call them. I don't know. But I don't know. I haven't checked. But
I like that.
2 box sets and $100. Today I made just in $100 extra. I'm talking about buying some things for about $100. Gave me a 2,000 point Sons of Horus army list.
Yeah, it wasn't half bad either. I mean,
it's not completely optimized, but it uses what's in the box to almost the fullest. And what I bought were for some aftermarket bits. I bought some, or with my theoretical $100, I got some of the Max Mini alternate jetpacks. The two big turbines on them. But you could easily get you can find Blood Angel bits online. And Sanguinary Guard single turbine jump pack. You take the wings off. That's a Mark IV jump pack.
Yeah, touche. Yeah, that's not a half bad idea either. That's probably a little bit cheaper too.
Oh yeah, you get them for pennies. Essentially now at this point. And then I bought a Rhino, which the Rhino I think right now is going for $55 US from Forge World, 55 and some change or whatever.
Was it the Damocles one or something?
Yes, it's the Damocles Rhino. It's the MKC2 or something, Damocles Rhino. And that's one of the only ones they saw. In my search today, research for this article, I've noticed you couldn't buy the individual jump packs anymore. I thought at one time you could. I did not see them on the site. But anyway, long story short, this list uses 40 bodies from the 2 boxes. I use Malgahurst, but you can convert a unit of Terminators and the 2 Contemptors. So just with sprinkling in some bits with that discretionary funds. So for essentially $400,
that's at full retail.
Yes, at full retail, I had a 2,000 point Horus Heresy army that I would actually play on the tabletop.
Yeah, that's pretty legit, man. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about the value and stuff. Like, I don't think everybody's like truly wrapped their minds around the actual amount of value that's in this box. Like $150 retail is netting you well over $500 of traditional miniatures.
Yeah, and that's any way you look at it. Now we know that it's its own board game. And we're not talking about the board games because I mean nobody cares. I mean you care.
I do. I'm the only one in the world, but
you might be. But and people have beaten us over the head about the value, and it is a lot of value. But I'm telling you that with this set, with 2 sets, you could be up and going with half of the legions that are available to you right now. Things like Imperial Fist would work really well. Legion of the Damned. I'm sorry, not Legion of the Damned. Word Bearers would work really well. I was thinking Flames in my head. I want to say that the Iron Warriors would work really well. It would just with changing out a few bits here and there.
Yeah, you use some of that third-party funds to get some mechanical bits for arms or legs or something. I think you can. I think you can spice up some good Iron Warriors.
And that, by the way, that $55 on that Rhinos that's if you just want to be a purist and get the Heresy Rhino. You could get a plastic Rhino, for
$30 if not less,
or borrow one. I don't know a single Marine player that doesn't have an extra Rhino or two sitting around.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like what I like about it, man, is even outside of the 30K realm, if you think about it, like you could buy this box and use all this stuff in 40K still too, really. I mean, who's going to tell you no, you can't use the...
Oh, absolutely nobody.
I don't know what flavor of Terminator it is.
If you want to do the Gladius Strike Force kind of thing, I mean, those 30 bodies, that's 6 squads.
Yeah.
That's 6 Rhino squads.
Or I mean, it's a good way to get a Dream Crusher. Like that's all your bodies right there. And then you got extra stuff to play with for other adventures, other kit bashes and stuff like that. I mean, there's so much in this box.
I'll go get my Contemptor.
It's just going to make it.
But I had to scrape the eagle off of the Contemptor because if you're not Emperor's Children, then you didn't have the eagle displayed upon your chest. And so I had to scrape that bad boy off and put a Sons of Horus icon on there. I mean, I used a decal, but anyway, I had to put that on there. I think it's amazing that these don't come with it. Like, I think that's a good thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's definitely build your own flavor. I mean, and what's really awesome too, nobody has them in hand yet, but when you're kind of looking at it and then in comparison to some of the other pieces, like for scale, it looks like it's right on par. So, it's not going to be like a smaller version
on the 32 mil basis. I think that they fit just fine. I think it's going to be great. Yeah. You talk for 1 second. I'm going to grab my Contemptor and I'll be back.
Alrighty. Yeah. So I'll do some shout outs real quick while we're, while Paul's doing that. So we got Matt Boucher. I'm rolling with that, man. You're French today. If you're not, I'm sorry, buddy. Jeremy Brooks, thanks, man, for joining us. The Arcana Chaos, always good. Bill Costello. Sal, of course. Sal, Steve Bewley. What up, brother? Fallen Cypher. Jeremy Brooks. Bill again. Arcana Chaos again. Sal again. Yeah, thanks, everybody, for showing up. Where's Troy? I didn't see Troy. Is Troy not in here today? Nope. Yeah, thanks for everybody for showing up, man. I mean, we got so much stuff to talk about. Warzone Atlanta's coming up too, so what is that? It's not this weekend, but it's next weekend. So there's going to be some stuff going on. We'll be recording and stuff. I'm bringing my mic. Hopefully that we can maybe get some interviews and some other fresh content for you guys to talk to some people out there. Hopefully see some of you guys. Shout us out if you're coming and you're in the chat. TPM is back. Look at that timing.
Okay.
Impeccable.
Sorry. Okay. I'm not really showing off my paint job here, but that's my Luna Wolves Contemptor Dread. All right. And then here's the way it comes normally. This is my buddy's Ultramarines Contemptor Dread. So he's got that big eagle on the front. And these are the same model, but I just shaved the eagle off and put on the decal. And I mean, anyway, I'm really happy that it came without it, so I can now make more of these and not spend, a lot of time getting that down. I'm not good at that. So it took a long time. It's like, Josh, you made it in, man. Good to see you. Oh, the mic is.
He's frozen. Is he frozen?
No. It's just the computer can only do one thing at a time. Look, we're gonna get you up to speed. This is like training wheels. We're gonna get you there. You can send messages in the chat. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see them. But I wanna also point out that the magnets on these things, like that, I didn't do no drilling, no nothing. It fits right there on that.
Oh, perfect.
And then like there's a well on the arm. I know I can't even get the angle right, but the magnet just fits right there, and so it just pops right on.
Oh, man.
And then the top of this guy, I know it's going to be difficult to see because I've painted over it, but the top of it is I I sunk a little magnet right in there, and so his Cyclone missile launcher fits on top whenever he's using it. Because this thing with the mortise pattern, this with Skyfire and Intercept, you're able to basically fire everything. So 2 twin-ling las and a couple of missiles pretty much shoots down every flyer.
That don't suck at all.
And I did the same thing on this one. The magnets. I mean, no work at all. Just glued the magnets on, painted over what you could see, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with it. I don't know if.
Yeah, I like Puppet Sword does that. All their stuff that you get now, they come pre-drilled and ready to rock. I know sometimes they even send you the magnets with the kits.
Well, we've heard that Forge World might be starting to do the same thing also.
Oh, thank God, man! It's about time that they acknowledge that that's what we're doing anyway. Like, if you could take 30 seconds in the CAD program to help us out, much appreciative.
If anyone's going to do it, I think it's going to be Forge World. Let me get some shout-outs. I'm sorry, Steve.
Already did, buddy.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Dean did come in a little bit late right after I did my shout-out, so that's the last one.
All right.
But we'll hit everybody else up later.
There's no difference in the model from the mortise pattern. There's actually, there's zero difference. This Contemptor model is the same one as you get for whichever one you order. It's just how you equip them for the most part. Yeah. Same model. Now all the Legion specific mortise or Contemptors are smooth looking. I mean, I think they're. Yeah. I've not seen one I didn't like.
Now, what about the Relic? Is that because there's like a Relic Contemptor and then there's.
Well, all the Legion-specific ones are essentially the Relic Contemptor ones. Like it's just like the Venerable Dreadnoughts. They're cooler looking.
They're the same but cooler, like a little extra flair.
Okay. Yeah, but you can use them for whatever.
Yeah, because in my mind right now, I definitely want a couple Contemptors. So thank God they're in plastic.
Oh yeah, and so this is, and I'm willing to bet that if you took, I don't know. If you bought one resin Contemptor, you would most likely be able to convert 2 or 3 of the plastic ones, if that was what you wanted to do. It would be very easy to switch out as long as they're on the same scale. And to be honest, they look to be on the same scale. From what we've heard is that the arms will sync up no matter what. And I guess some people magnum at the shoulder or whatever, but I'm telling you, the where I magnum. No drilling, no putty, no nothing, just simply glued the magnets in, and I've never had a problem.
Oh, I love that click. That's my favorite thing about magnets. When you hear it snap in, you're like, yes!
Yeah.
It's in, we're ready to rock.
And I don't have to scrape off any more quills. So
yeah, dude, I'm pretty amped. Chris teased me a little bit about saying that some of the Space Wolf sculpts and stuff are done already.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely getting ready. I have so much Space Wolf crap anyway that I'm thinking once, because I think I'm going to buy 2 or 3 of the boxes of the Battle for Calth, and once I get those in, I'm just going to start throwing shoulder pads here, runes here. I don't even know.
The brass etch, I mean that stuff.
Yeah,
it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck at all.
Yep.
I mean that's anyway.
This
is a good set. I cannot. This article is going to go up. I actually kind of put a little teaser up on the Forge Narrative Facebook page about about how you would do it, how you could do your own 2-set $100 challenge or whatever. Yeah. Because I want to get ideas.
Yeah, that's brilliant, man.
Yeah, and Josh is saying that on brass, glue with the PVA glue, the white glue.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that. Is there? Well, I mean, it's going to take too long for him to answer. Whenever he gets around to it. Why?
Hey, I think that's any tip that we can get is better. I mean, the brass etch is inexpensive enough, and it comes with enough embellishments that I like them. I've got several for the Inquisition. I lucked into a bunch of Blood Angel ones. And so I use them pretty much whenever I can.
I really like them on vehicles more than anything. I haven't really tried them on bodies because I haven't really.
They work on shoulder pads, man.
Yeah, okay.
It takes a little bit of kind of massaging to get them on.
Okay, yeah, get them a little bit bent. I mean, but they bend so easy. I could see. Maybe that's why PVA, because if there's a little bit of that resistance, maybe with super glue it might be pulling away over time. I don't know. Well,
I don't know. I've always used super glue to glue them down, but I'm not the best modeler, so I'll take that.
I'll pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah, Matt's saying can't wait to throw down some beers at Warzone. Warzone Atlanta is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that we have sold a bunch of tickets. Like it is for sure. We got people that are wanting to try to reserve their spots just in case they can make it. So, and I told them like I can't hold tickets. I can't. I mean, we're at the point now where if I held a ticket, somebody might not get one that I know is going to be there. and that's and you guys have heard me say it on the show a lot. Like if this is going to be your first event and you're worried you don't know anybody, this is a great community. You know us. And we're going to be there, and it's going to be fun. Like, it is going to be the best event Atlanta has seen. It's going to be the best event the Southeast has seen in a decade. Literally a decade. Easily.
Yeah, I haven't bought my ticket yet because, for everybody that's coming, exactly like Paul's saying, if there's going to be a bunch of people coming that just want to come, and I already bought a ticket and we got to turn one dude away, like, I'm going to feel bad. So I'm kind of waiting till the last minute, It's looking like we're
anybody else. I'm telling you, don't wait. It's like space is. I mean, we're gonna have space. Like we're gonna, and even if we oversold, we find out how to make space. But right now we're looking at it. It's gonna be tight. Or sorry, the space is going to be tight of where we want to the spots.
Well, we planned for 100, right? Like that was the.
Like we're one gaming group away from getting close to filling up.
Yeah.
So convince your crews, show up in Atlanta.
Yep.
Rumble, with some of the best from around the country, around the world. It's going to be good.
There's a couple big name people. I'm not going to drop their names or anything.
Oh yeah, don't mention any names. I don't want to get anything going on. But I mean, I'm really excited. On Friday night, we're going to have a meet and greet. I will of course be there, and I might be looking to play some games. So if anybody is. Want to take a boat ride with the Macho Man? Yeah.
He's not that good. He's not that good.
Totally not that good. But I'll be happy to play some games. At least I don't know, maybe some Titan battles or something. I don't know if you got something.
I'm bringing mine. So if we get some jobs going, I'm ready. I
think Josh just knows my shirt. This is my my Samurai Star Wars shirt. See, that is Samurai Darth Vader, and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
I was made fun of for.
It was one of those. It was like $11, on one of those order today limited editions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love that stuff, man. That 40K sweater. If it was like.
It's not a sweater. It's not a real sweater.
Yeah, it's like a sweatshirt. Yeah. If it was like a sweater, like wool knitted, dude, that thing would be bought like 25 times over.
Yeah. Josh, I'm like on the new mailing list for like T Fury and Ripped or whatever because RIPT because they just like about 2 or 3 times a year I'll see a T-shirt that I just can't live without, and this happened to be one of them.
What's it like to be a normal sized person and be able to?
You can get shirts? I think you can get the 9X or whatever it is. Your big ass.
I just need tall. All right, like I don't need 9 X's.
9XT.
I just need T's. I don't need that many X's. It's like 3.
Yeah. Did you get Steve here? So they're starting their the 30K around there. It's a balanced game. I mean, I got people that are frustrated with the 40K. They're frustrated with basically what it takes to win, and I mean like win consistently at 40K, and it takes it's a lot. It's a lot of work. You have to stay on complete top of it, and I enjoy that. Some of you guys enjoy that. I enjoy thinking. I think about it all day long. I'm building an army list. I'm thinking about what the next release is going to be. I'm thinking about how to build my current armies to fight whatever's going to come out. I'm thinking about how awesome it would be to play what's coming out.
Yeah.
It's a serious time commitment. Like in the brain, it occupies a lot of space. And then I've just got a roll average, and that doesn't happen either. So there's all these failure points in enjoying, 40K. Like every gate you come to, there's a point to like really get some frowny faces.
Yeah. Like Josh is chiming in. He's saying there's a lot of gotcha situations.
Oh yeah, there really is. But again, that's part of it, and I enjoy it. But 30K, you really can play with just a handful of the stuff you think is the coolest.
Yeah.
You can show up with, I got one Vindicator, one Sikaran, I got a regular old Dreadnought, I got one Drop Pod, I got 25 Power Armor Marine guys, I got this Commander who's equipped with a Power Staff and a Lightning Claw. You know,
that's an odd combo.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But you can legitimately play that in 30K.
Yeah, the world is your sandbox, basically, for there.
Yeah. Oh, and Steve, if you're using word bearers, man, get some. I think summon some demons.
Get some demons.
Be that guy. You got demons. Like summon away. Your club's gonna hate you. They're going to not like you, but you're gonna enjoy it while you're doing it.
You're gonna have fun.
Because whoever has the biggest psychic brain in 30K is essentially going to win. But
I think, dude, that's why Thousand Suns are going to be awesome.
No, they have to be. I think they're going to work just like Grey Knights. Even if they get 14, 15 dice, it's going to be 12, 13 more dice than every other army gets.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, do that. And the Galvarback are beautiful models. So nice.
Man, I can't think of, honestly, like a bad model so far that's come out for any of the 30. Well, okay, so me personally, I don't like the Perturabo, however you say his name. Yep. I think it looked dumb, but everything else is I thought has been spot on.
Your mouth. That dude is cool. He's not as cool as and what was that? There's that lost sculpt of who's the Emperor's Children in Primarch? God, why am I?
Fulgrim?
Fulgrim, yeah, the one like they said that this was almost Fulgrim Suckers, and it was. I love that. I liked it better than the one we currently have.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, look for it. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
No, it's just like for me, like everything about it just felt very bland and very, I don't know. And then like Chris explained it to me. He's like, well, that's kind of how Perturabo felt in the fluff and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like I felt it was unimposing.
Yeah. Well, Sal, I'm gonna try that remedy you just put in there. Thank you very much for suggesting it. But have you read Angelus Exterminatus or whatever it is?
I have not finished it. I started reading it.
The premise of the book is kind of silly. Like the overarching story of the book is kind of like whatever. But
I think that's about why I put it down.
But every scene in there is cool. Like every scene that is like that's defining and adding the character, and then like it's a great book. I'm really happy that I read it. I like the end game. I thought was whatever. I guess they had an end point, and they maybe left it up to the author to get there. And every choice the author made to get there was beautiful and gave so much. Like I did not respect Perturabo, totally mispronouncing his name, until I read this book. And this book gave me such a high appreciation for this dude.
Okay. And I didn't really get into much of what like any of his parts in the book. I want to say, man, maybe 5-6 chapters deep, and I was just like, I can't. Like I had to move on.
It's worth it. It's worth getting through. We've talked about it before, but there's this scene where he bounces Fulgrim's head off of a Warhound, like a full scale working replica of a Warhound Titan that's the same size as like the ones we would play with.
Nice.
And he's like, Fulgrim, look at the intricate details. Get close. Really see what's been done here. Then he just like smashes his face right into it.
Oh man, yeah. And Fulgrim's too pretty to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's where he basically said, look, and no one knew what to do when he did it in the book. It's like all the honor guard are standing around like, how do we process this? I don't know what's happening right now.
So there was this one moment of actually being cool.
Well, there's several other over the course, but this is like the coolest. And he brings up Fohammer or whatever the name of the hammer is, and he's like, I will bash your pretty little face right now. And let me explain something to you. If you mention this to anyone, I'm swearing our honor guard to secrecy. No one is ever going to mention this. But this is how close you came to the business end of this hammer.
Hey man, I'm gonna have to read that again because honestly, like I just think of the dude as I don't know. He's just
Yeah.
uninspiring. Like, I feel like if I were to get into a fist fight with him, I would win. Like,
I cannot tell you that you were wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just saying that
to me, like, that's how I feel.
I felt the exact same way about that until I read this book.
Okay.
And I feel better about it. I feel like I can talk about it with some enthusiasm where I would be right there with you before.
Well, you have sparked my interest, sir.
Well, that's how good a job the author did. I mean, like, these authors are great.
Yeah, man. What was it? The Mars series. I just picked those up. The AdMech ones that came out with the release.
Or the newest ones.
Yeah.
And the 40K ones.
Yeah, I've been trying to sit down and get some of those going, and I have kids, guys, and they're loud and obnoxious. Every time I open the book, it's like, Daddy, Daddy.
Hey,
So
Bill, I think this set will do for Raven Guard too. By the way, it doesn't have any assault troops in it, but I think the Horus Heresy set, especially now that the snipers and the scouts are basically just dudes in power armor, and the scouts. Sniper rifles are just long scope bolters.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't like that from an aesthetic standpoint.
I don't mind it. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't mind it. And if that's easily convertible, you go down to Hobby Lobby or whatever and get you some of those really thin PVC tubes, and you could just how I would do that is I would get one DIY, and then the size larger. And that way you could, put a muzzle on the top.
Silencer,
yeah, that kind of thing, just on the, and then that's how. Yes. So will it work?
Flash suppressor for.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know that stuff, so thank you for coming to the rescue.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I said silencer, and I'm thinking well, it's probably not very silent considering it's shooting 40mm rockets.
Rockets, yeah. So a silencer, flash suppressor, something just a nub that looks cool on the end of that. I think it would work. You'd have to be careful with them though, or you have to sink it. You drill a hole and you sink it into the bolter plastic itself, and that way there's less opportunity for it.
I've done similar conversions with heavy bolters and turned them into kind of like autocannons for my Chaos, the Havocs. I have the heavy bolters, so they're doing that gunnery Harker pose that I love, and I snipped the sniper rifles and flipped them, the tips off of them, and I put them on the end of it, and it's like I'd have to dig one out, but I'll put a picture up or something. It looked pretty good, I thought.
Kent saying that he was, you may have mentioned this, saying he's late because he was with another podcast talking about the new Star Trek.
Hey,
now
we're the only podcast.
Yeah. We don't talk about too much stuff so far off of 40K, but this is very intriguing. We could probably talk for a whole hour just on this CBS paid subscription service that they're going to try to launch along with this Star Trek release.
Yeah, I just read an article about that today. It's I think it's a great idea, man. I really do. Star Trek has been one of those things that it has a really big following, and the whole Trek versus Wars thing. But I've never really bought into it. Like I appreciate what Star Trek has to offer, and I appreciate what Star Wars has to offer. So I mean, this is win-win, and if they do it right, everybody wins, really. I mean, you're getting a great show if it's produced properly and it sticks true to its.
Look, I've liked every single Star Trek show that's been out. I haven't loved it. I don't know I can't tell you in episode 57 of season 3. I can't tell you any of that stuff. But I've liked them all. I even liked Enterprise, like Scott Bakula and that show. So I'm interested. Yeah. I'm interested to see how it plays out. I don't know that I would subscribe to a service to watch it though.
I guess it depends on the price point and what else is that service going to offer. Like, it can't just be Star Trek, right?
I don't know. I mean, first I've heard of the service. They certainly got us interested in it because of Star Trek.
Hey, we're talking about it, so they won.
Yeah, we're talking about it on a 40K podcast show.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool, man, and even like the Star Trek game that's mimics X-Wing. It's that skirmishy dogfight. Like, a lot of people don't really give it a lot of credit, but it's actually really good too. It's basically right down to the X-Wing theme, but it's just the Star Trek stuff. So I mean, if Klingons and Borg and stuff like that's your jam, man. I would check that out.
Fallen Cypher has a very important question about Warzone Atlanta. He said, what about these advanced beer cells? The stand-up bars at the event. Now, there's going to be a hotel bar that will take credit cards. The stand-up bars, like the cash bars, will only take cash, unfortunately. So we're going to try to sell drink tickets to where if people want to purchase with plastic or whatever, that they can buy the drink tickets from us, take them to the bar, trade them in for whatever drink you want. We haven't set that up yet, but that is what we're going to do something similar to that. So if you know you're going to be drinking and don't want to have to worry about cash, you pre-buy these tickets. Now, that's supposed to be happening in the next day or so. We're putting together an email, like a big mass email for everyone that's registered so far to send out with all this information in it. Coming very soon.
Okay, cool. So I should probably register.
Well, yeah, I'm going to tell you the information, and we're certainly going to publicize it, but you will get it delivered to you personally if you do register for the tournament. And look, I mean, I'm very happy with the amount of people that we registered.
Oh yeah, man.
So far, like it's great. You know, we're doing nothing but building on the momentum that we started back in February, and it's going to be nice to see a bunch of familiar faces and new faces. I cannot wait to party down with everybody. And I'm gonna do my absolute best to truly make this an experience that you do not regret. Now, I mean, there's a tournament involved, and there's gonna be some dice, and people are gonna roll dice, and they're gonna be disappointed with their dice and how some outcomes of the game goes. But I want people to have a great time at this event, and I'm going to do the best I can to make that happen.
Oh yeah, man. You know, like I want to take a second too to just thank everybody. I mean, we do work really hard to try to make what you want to play at. You know, like it's the overall theme of what we've been doing and what we've been driving. You know, we want the community as a whole to be just a better place. Take out some of the negativity. You know, let's have more fun playing the game that we love.
Well, it's going to be a social event. It's a social event. You know, we swear by the social contract. Like be the kind of person you want to play against, and. You know, and that's the kind of culture that we're building with this, and we're going to get to do it over a course of a weekend. Going to be hanging out on Friday night, going to be hanging out on Saturday night, going to be playing a bunch of games.
Oh yeah.
You know, in the middle of the, I mean, it's anyway, it's going to be great. Thank you all who've registered so far. If you're on the fence and have any reservations or questions, please message me either you can send an email to warzoneatlanta@gmail. You can post a question on our event page on Facebook. You can send a message directly to us on Forge Narrative Facebook. Basically, carrier pigeon. Call me on my cell. I don't care. If you got a question that's keeping you from coming, then just ask it and let's figure it out.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm not promising to do is I can't hold tickets. Just because they're going that fast. So please get yours now if you are interested in coming. You know, oh crap! I was supposed to call the hotel today because our hotel room block is sold out. So I gotta I mean it's only like $10 more if you just book normally, so it's not like our showstopper. But I need to call and somebody remind me to call tomorrow Tuesday and get on November 3rd. If you're watching this later, if it's November 4th, you know, somebody let me know to extend this block.
I got you, brother. Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
FTN secretary.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure that we can extend every courtesy we possibly can to anybody that's going to come and party with us for this event.
Yo, I was so happy when I booked my room because they were like I'm a disabled veteran for anybody that doesn't know, and you know things hurt to do, and they're like, which bathroom do you want? Do you want the wheelchair into the shower, or do you want like the big bathtub? And I was like, God, like I don't know, like I don't know which one I want. I chose the big shower. I think they have a seat in there, so I could like sit down when I'm drunk and just shower.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So,
there's a challenge that's going on Twitter that I'm going to take part in of painting up one of these Calth Marines as a Legion. I think I'm going to go with Word Bearers or Space Wolves. We talked about this. I'm probably leaning towards Word Bearers just so I can defeat Troop all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah.
But for the paint challenge, I'm looking forward to getting some of that hobby time in. like I love these kind of opportunities we get to just kind of just do what we want to do, and that was the whole basis for, so this Luna Wolf army was to be able to model up whatever I want and paint it appropriately, like because the Luna Wolves, for instance, they have the first company wear black armor. I love that. The rest of the companies wear white armor, and Horus wants all his companies to fight intermingled. So I have some troops that are wearing black and some that are wearing white. Like when I was doing Space Wolves, I did my Lone Wolves wearing the white armor, my Logan's bodyguard to wear all black, because I thought that was appropriate for the first company. My Sternguard veterans wear black armor. I've got a mixture of white and black armor for my cavalry dudes.
Yeah, that's dope.
I love it, and if I have allies, specifically if I have allies, like when I ran Super Friends and all my command squad were wearing black armor, my Rune Priest was wearing white armor, so it was no WYSIWYG issues.
Yeah, it was really easy to find out like who was who, and that's something like as an opponent, like I appreciated. Like I don't have to ask you and take that extra minute or two, like, right, which dude is which? Like,
I was doing that before, I did it in 5th is when I started this Army 5th edition, and when we get into allies and to mixed units and that kind of stuff, I was so happy, like, man, this fits right into the scheme.
Yeah, just like transition perfectly. Couldn't have planned it any better.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If you weren't the secret CEO.
I didn't have secret CEO powers back then. I was just a regular old guy just trying to paint his Marines.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I've been doing some test paints and stuff like that for Space Wolves. I'm trying to really hammer down this warm gray.
Yeah.
And oh man, I'm just so excited.
Man,
as soon as we start seeing some stuff, like I'm just gonna like all in.
You got me thinking. If you're on a budget for time or ability or whatever, the Forge World decals are the truth. Like they come on these big sheets of paper, like A4 size sheets of paper, and they're very good quality. Like a lot of water slide transfers, they'll break on you all the time, or split in half for like seemingly no reason. These don't do that. If you just have a small amount of patience, like that you should when you're handling something kind of delicate that's just thin plastic or whatever.
Yeah.
They work so well. Like I'm showing off this thing, but I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. Like right there on the front of the chest, that's a Forge World decal, like on both of those. And even as little on the knee there, I know it's going to be very difficult to see, but on the knee, that's the Legion numbers. And I know it's grainy webcam or whatever, but these things and a little bit of solve set or whatever it's called, that's that stuff in the
micro set right here,
works perfectly. Perfectly.
Nice matte finish and everything. You don't have to worry about that glossy look that you see a lot of people throw some transfers on there and it just has like just this patch of gloss. Like the micro set's where whereas I talk much gooder. It's where it's at because it dissolves the entire piece of that and basically imprints it into the paint and it becomes a layer of paint. I love it. You got micro sol and then you got micro set. Micro sol helps dissolve it a lot better. Micro set is like really just it just makes it perfect. And then do your gloss.
Matte seal it. I'm matte seal it after I get everything on.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Love it. I get this stuff who Micro Scale Industries. I get it from Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby, Hobby Town, USA. Yep. They're like $2.25, man. I buy these like once every 3 years. Like it'll last you forever. If you have $8, you can go get yourself micro mask, micro set, micro sol.
Yeah. Okay.
And one other thing, and you're good to go.
Let's talk about the real hot issue in 40K right now, and that's the coordinated firepower for the Tau. The main questions I've been getting for Warzone are all about can I use this model? Is it WYSIWYG enough? The answer is like mostly like 99% yes. Like if somebody's put their feelings into the model and playing with something that they want to do, then 99% of the time it's absolutely just fine. Like if you ask what my actual opinion is, I'll give you an opinion. But if it's like is it legal, most of the time yes. With very few exceptions. The other is like, hey, how are my Tau going to work?
Amazing.
Yeah, the coordinated firepower is incredibly strong. It's I would love to get with the variance hammer guys and just run the math on what the odds are of destroying like a super fringe unit with individual units firing versus coordinated fire with the perks. The perks being from the buff commander and a single marker light. And in that hunter's formation, you're able to take drones as one of your primary, as one of your mandatory units.
Okay. And so 3-man marker drone?
Yeah. I'm thinking a 8-man marker, 10-man marker drone. You know, like and.
Can it go that high? I thought it capped at 3.
I don't know. Whatever max unit. Like you can take up to 3 of these and take a max unit, and then your auxiliary can be marker drones.
Oh wow.
So it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. So let's just say
overkill. No?
Well, okay. Let's say I go first, and I'm playing. And I make my Death Star invisible.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then you need those markers. You need to play the odds of just getting a few 6s, because what you want is 2 or 3 6s on your marker lights, so you can then pull them off to increase your ballistic skill when you're shooting.
Yeah. So
up to something that's twin linked.
You need a minimum 3 then, right? For the ballistic boost, and then plus stripping cover and stuff like that.
Well, you're gonna get hold with me. You're gonna get ignore cover from the Tau commander.
Oh, okay. Touche.
So all you need is 2, so you're able to increase your ballistic skill to something that's reasonable to make basically everything else start paying off in spades.
Hitting on 2s, yeah, basically. So
you're snapshotting. Remember, if I get invisible.
Oh yeah, touche. Okay.
So
yeah, you'd be hitting on 4s.
Yeah, well, which is again, you're up to being something respectable to where the twin linked really gets it into play. So if you that's
so
just
75% of your shots go through.
First. Yeah, that's if I go first. If I don't go first, you don't even need the marker lights, but you can use them for whatever you want.
Yeah, well, yeah, you start shooting missiles and stuff like that, your seeker missiles and things like that.
The destroyer missiles, you can shoot the seeker missiles, but if you want that's what Josh is saying in the chat right now, is that you use some of these marker lights to make those 4 to 8 missiles you're going to have, turn them into D weapons.
That's crazy. Now, are those missiles they're just one shot, right? Like
they are one-shot missiles. Yeah.
So he's got 4 on each Storm Surge.
Yeah, and then you can get them on other things too. I believe the Sky Ray has them too.
Okay. And does the Storm Surge come with those 4 stock, or do you have to buy them?
Comes 4 stock, yeah.
Oh, man, that thing is getting better by the day.
Yeah, and so I think what I'm going with here is that this is a very extremely powerful rule. And it doesn't even get phased. Like someone said, well, I'll just play Gladius. Like, well, it doesn't lose its ability to kill your small units.
Yeah, it just doesn't need to coordinate the fire at that point.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, I guess I won't coordinate firepower on that one rhino. I'll just shoot these 10 rhinos.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I mean,
yeah, that was like the most invalid argument I've ever.
Well, I'm not getting all doom and gloom. I think we're going to see things. We're going to be put in positions to where we do want to charge from reserve. You know, like maybe you're going to see a lot. If you're a chaos player and you want to go with that Blood Oath formation, that 680-point Khorne Berserker and the Charybdis formation.
Yeah. God, I feel like that's almost the only answer right now for demons. Well, not demons, but chaos in general.
Well, zombie hordes.
Man, I don't know, man. Tau they can throw out the hurt. Like, they have enough volume to just eat through some of those hordes.
Well,
I've
not everything firing against zombies is going to be ignore cover. Now, most of it's going to be of a strength that's going to ignore their feel no pain, but I think you'll be able to get some layered cover from either the environment or maybe an intervening unit or whatever. And I'm not saying zombie horde isn't necessarily the super answer either. I'm just telling you that I like the reason that I'm not more disappointed, like kind of frowny face about this, because it opens up what's viable to play more.
Yeah.
Like I have to really think about it. Am I going to go through a Tau army with our Super Friends army I've been playing.
Me too.
I'm going to fight
I
one, but I don't know if I can get through it with my army. I just don't. I think that the coordinated firepower is going to take out my unit before I get into close combat.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to survive one round of shooting, but what army out there can survive one round of shooting?
You're probably going to have to survive 2 units. You're probably going to have to survive 2 units of shooting. You can take Kroot in this formation also, which will bubble wrap units. And in these things, they're going to get the support fire or whatever it is. So the Kroot will count as being So when they Overwatch, you fire all those drones and do the same thing. So you might have to endure even 3 rounds of fire before you get your second turn charge.
That's crazy. Yeah, like, I mean, Tau are doing what Tau do. They're just they're shooting their huevos off.
We're in a shooting centric edition, and the Tau do nothing but shoot, and so they are better at it. And I'm fine with that. But I don't know right now what actually beats it. With just a slight, I don't know what beats it, and I'm trying to figure out what beats it. And I'm interested to hear people's thoughts on what's going to lock up really well against these guys.
War Convocation is almost invalid against it, in my opinion, only because the War Convocation is really good at that Alpha Strike, but they don't have a lot of staying power because there's really not a lot of stuff going or not a lot of stuff on the table if you really break down what the War Convocation has in it. And if Tau is able to do...
Void Shields help, and I think any type of solid and vulnerable would help too. Void Shield is a good thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Start there, definitely.
Escape hatch on
a bastion.
Well, I was going to say on the
or a bunker.
Fortress of Redemption, 3 escape hatches.
What? Bring the fortress out?
3 escape hatches with Fortress of Redemption with Trip Scent Star.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Josh just hit with the Centurion still work. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff that we need to do. I don't have the book yet. I said I was going to get it this weekend, but this weekend was kind of rough. But I'm going to have to pick up the book. So I'm probably at my lunch break tomorrow and dig into it. Now I'm going to wear gloves, guys. Don't worry, so it doesn't burn my hands off.
I think it's going to be fun.
Fishery.
Psychic Scream. Psychic Screech or whatever it is will do pretty well. I think that fear effects also work pretty well.
I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he was like, you're just gonna get in there and you're gonna crush Tau, right? We were specifically talking about this storm surges, and I said, okay, so if you're running a storm surge, you're running 2 of them. I think that's the magic number you have. Well, you don't have to run 2, but I think that you're going to see the most benefit from 2. When they start river dancing on you, dude, it's over.
Josh brought up a good point. Chaos is going to be the answer to defeating Tau.
You think so?
Dirge casters prevent Overwatch.
Touche, man. I've just never been able to get close enough with my rhinos with dirge casters on them.
we quickly need a Gladius. A cursed Gladius strike force.
Oh, that'd be so bad. I love it. Bad in a good way. Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Forge World save us. You're the only ones that can save us. When do we get my Deathcore Krieg? Do I get free Basilisk carriers? And,
oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. So some of those Earth Shakers, you just start just bombarding the crap out of them.
Well, I mean, these guys aren't going to be Tower not going to be awesome at handling land raiders, and Josh is apparently saying that the Charybdis can take a Dirge caster, which I was not aware of. So that would be news to me. But that's kind of interesting. I don't know that it can. I don't want to say that as the
if it does, dude, I'm buying 3. It's $7 million.
The Corn formation is it's 600 points.
You're talking about the one with all the berserkers.
Yeah, So you could take two of those.
Okay.
And a bunch of cultists. You could probably go into IA-13 or the Vrax book and get some zombies.
Is that in this book?
Which one are you looking?
I'm in.
It's in Blood.
I'm in the actual. Oh, okay. So it's not in this book.
No, it's in the Warhammer World only book.
Right? Because that's fair, Forge World.
Hey, we should spend the last few minutes talking about limited edition rules. I am very much against limited edition rules. I'm not against making them. I'm against not selling them separately. Like I would love, like they need to put that out there as a bundle. That for the first 2 weeks you buy this whatever bundle, you get these rules, and then put it up for $20 on Black Library or whatever.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, first off, you don't like pirating. I'm not gonna lie. I have a copy of the Blood Oath. Is it a hardback? No. How did I get it? Internet, duh. So what they need to realize is there's an opportunity for them to make something cool, print 1,000 of them and give them out that look cool, and then print 5,000 more that look not as cool and charge for it. Because everybody's going to want it.
Digital
Nobody
download
doesn't
is fine,
want to hold
Digital
things.
download is absolutely fine.
I can't do it. I can't do
well,
it.
Okay, I'm with you, but I guess easy for us to be compliant, with what they want.
Yeah.
And I really like, by the way, I like that we're getting web bundles, because that's a year and a half ago or whatever. That's exactly what I suggested. Like, you need to make people have a reason to come to your site as a destination and buy things. So that's fine.
Dude, but that first advent calendar was on point.
But rules-wise, like, don't make it so people can't get them. Like, I know that I'm going to play hundreds of Skyhammer formations that didn't buy that bundle, and I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that sell
Give
those
me the
people
ability to have it, though. Yeah.
Sell those people the rules, and so that everybody feels good about it. If that's something that you get upset about.
Dude, like eventually, like they just need to make a binder too. Like here's all the data slates that we release. For $60 you can get every data slate.
So we haven't talked about this. We'll try to address this on the show, but like the White Scars and Raven Guard. Speaking of Skyhammer, got me talking. Or got me thinking. Like the formations that we're going to see with this, like the Shadow Strike kill team and these Skyhammer Annihilation Force, they're going to work really well together.
Oh, dude, there's so many combos right now that my brain can't even comprehend everything, because you don't even have to think about the Space Marine book. Like, you can just look at this new stuff, start doing your plug and plays, thinking outside the box a little bit. You're going to create combos that, honestly, it's going to hurt Tau. Because if I shoot at you, Skyhammer, you can't Overwatch me? Hello.
Yeah, it's going to work really well. I'm telling you, it's going to work great with each other. I don't know if we're going to get an answer on this whole Charybdis, what it can take, if it can take a Dirge caster or not. But there are lots of. I will put that somewhere in the chat or whatever. I'll check, and I apologize, I don't have that right in front of me. I feel like it can take some vehicle upgrades. I don't know if that's one of them. I don't remember if it can. Anyway, somebody tell us. But that's still a great. Anyway, Chaos get them, so it's not like you can't get it somewhere else.
Yeah, but you can put it on a Land Raider.
The real point is that you only need one. It's like anybody who charges within the range of this.
Yeah. I mean, one Land Raider, 250 points. Dirge caster, I believe, is 5 points, so 255 points on a Land Raider.
Yeah.
Fill that up with some stuff, and charge in there and do the Lord's work.
Well, guys, we're almost at the end of the hour. You got anything you want to add or chime in or talk about before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. Let's just do a quick thing. I got Kingdom Death Monster in today. It's I want to say it's like 2 years in the making now on the Kickstarter. Amazing models, very mature. They're very risque, stuff like that. It was on sale again And dude, like this is the core book for it. Like this thing is a tome, all right? Like it's a softback book. There's well over 1,000 cards in this game. It's got a trifold normal board game layout. The miniatures, I just opened those up today, and it's just such a like this big old thingy is full of sprues for days.
Oh, did we lose you?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
So the sculpts in there, they're amazing, right? Like there's so many different. Oh, I can't reach. There's so many different poses and armor kits and stuff like that. It's like a hobbyist's dream. The game itself is very dynamic. It's got a whole lot of stuff to it. So like I'm going to start assembling this stuff right away, and I'm going to try to throw down a couple base coats of the paint as quickly as possible and get some games going. I'm probably going to be taking some pics with some gray, or well, it's more of a white resiny plastic at first, but I want to get some games in. It's 1 to 4 players. There's a 6-player expansion. You can hit it up, Kingdom Death. If you just Google it, you'll find it somewhere. If you're interested, take some looks on like YouTube. But the game is very dynamic. It's like a RTS / miniatures game / Dungeons and Dragons. Like it's just so dynamic. And it's got that 1-player mode, so I'm all in.
I've liked every figure I've seen from them. I mean, some pretty innovative, creative, weird things.
Oh man,
so I like that.
Yeah, whoever the sculptors are, the designers for like the models that, it's just like you need a psych eval. And
their 3D printer though is spot on.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff, man. As I start getting some of they're called survivors, are going to be like your heroes or champions or whatever. Once I start getting some of those guys assembled, I'll show you guys and share them with you. I'm probably going to end up sending some of these out to get painted. I'm thinking that I got a couple studios in mind that I'm going to talk to, but I feel like the detail on these models are a little bit more than what I'm capable of doing for what they deserve. So I'm going to give my go at it. If I don't feel very confident, I am going to send them out just so there's going to be some beautiful pieces for people to look at, and there will be pictures to come. And I don't know if I'm going to do bat reps, but I'll definitely do some quick videos and stuff like that and share this with you guys. Something I've been waiting for years. A lot of people talk so highly of it. It's
there. Yeah,
it's oh my god, man! Like literally, it's been 2 years in the making of like since the Kickstarter funded. So. Dude,
I'm glad you got the box. I'm telling you, at least 17 pounds or whatever. It's impressive.
God, it was so heavy. Like I was carrying it. I had my computer sitting on top of the box, and I'm carrying the box. I don't really have a computer, guys. It's like one of those little netbooks, but I'm carrying it with one arm like a pizza delivery guy, and I was just like, oh my god, like my arm is getting tired. Like it's legit heavy.
Well, cool. Well, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us in the chat. Justin and Josh, thanks for joining me tonight on the show. I'm going to be doing this again next week. We're going to get Josh squared away with like sound and video at one point, I promise. Although his chat commentary was spot on, and thanks for help keeping driving it. I really appreciate it. Guys, we will see y'all next week. Listen to us on the podcast, and have a good rest of your week. Register for Warzone Atlanta.
Get it on out, guys.
Good night, everybody.